Okay, so it looks like last time we were on the last line. Wait, did we use the 0 and R last time? We must have done.
Yeah, I seem to remember something like that.
Right, okay. So this time, fuck, have we used? You're gonna have to help me remember what suits we've
Nice
used.
description. So many suits that we have used.
We've used Batman Beyond. We haven't used Earth 2, Thomas Wayne. Have we used The Dark Knight Returns? Or Batfleck? I think we've used Batfleck. Have we used Batfleck?
We may or may not have still used Batfleck.
Oh, well, I guess, okay, well, the only one to discount from this one is the Batman, from this line, is the Batman Beyond skin, and so, yeah, and so your choices are Earth 2 Dark Knight, Dark Knight Returns, Arkham Asylum, or Batfleck. Those are your choices. Choose well. Choose wisely.
Let's go for Batfleck. I like the material.
Fair enough. And Batmobile. We unlocked a new Batmobile skin last time by the Mark II being introduced without any paint on it.
Who needs paint?
Completely conflicting with Lucia saying that
there's only one like her in the whole entire world.
Yep, she's one of a kind. Is what the line is his quote. Is it worth checking? I'm guessing you're on the stream now. Is it worth checking volume?
Good point.
I mean, I've dramatically minimized the game audio, so because several times on rewatching, I've realized how difficult it is.
That sounds pretty good.
Okay, good. So yeah, it's down to you. Do you want to keep using the Mark II, or do you want to switch?
On with the Mark II. Be all canon
that does fit Batfleck quite well, actually.
I seem to remember in one of the movies he used a paintless one before he actually painted it or something, or maybe it was just in there without paint and he said, does it come in black?
That was Christian Bale in the first one, yeah. I mean, that's kind of what it's based on. Oh. Somewhat, so... Yes. So what have we got to discuss tonight? We've got the Batman movie rankings. We've got the Marvels trailer. We've got the Spider-Verse trailer. Was there anything else?
Let's see. Well, there's all my Last of Us therapy that we need to get through.
Oh yeah, and we have a lot of Last of Us therapy.
Let me see if I can remember all of these. So let's see. There's Batman, 1980 something. There's Batman Returns, probably something like that. Batman Forever.
There's definitely a list.
That would actually be a smarter choice, wouldn't it?
Are you just trying to type them all out from memory, then?
Typing them all out from memory, yeah. List of Batman movies. Alright, let's see. Wow, I was right with the first four. Unless there's... Oh, damn.
Bleak and Miyagani.
Is that a film? Oh, it says a serial. Okay, never mind. Wow, it's black and white, that one.
Oh, nice. Yeah, we won't include the original two.
So Batman 89, I assume, is the first one, with Jack Nicholson and Michael Keaton in their starring roles as the legendary Batman and Joker.
Robin. Oh, wait, no. Wait, so what's the original? Oh, the Keaton and Nicholson.
Yeah, Keaton and Nicholson. Which... You know, they make... Oh, actually, I was going to say something about it, and, you know, like, that's for when we actually talk about them, isn't it?
Well, I mean, say what you want to say.
I was going to say that one weird one where they made Joker the guy who killed his parents.
Oh, yeah. The Jack Napier character.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not... I mean, it's a bit weird that it all kind of comes perfect full circle, and they make, you know, Bruce get like murdering revenge on him. You know, he kills
Yeah,
Joker.
doesn't he actually kill him as well?
Yeah,
Like,
he attaches his
drops him down
feet
the
to a
gully.
gargoyle so that
Never
Joker will.
dance with the devil in the pale moonlight. Something like that. There was a point
That is the line, I think.
Ah, cool. Oh yeah, and there's the Dark Knight movies, which are Batman Begins.
Yes. Yeah, so there's Batman, Batman Returns, Batman Forever, Batman and Robin, Batman Begins, The Dark Knight, The Dark Knight Rises, Batman v Superman, and are we gonna count Justice League?
Funnily enough, the Wikipedia article I am getting this list from does include both Batman vs Superman and Justice League. So,
Fair enough. And then
also,
it's,
weirdly enough, it includes Suicide Squad, but
I mean, he's such a tertiary appearance there.
yeah.
I can't believe it targeted the wrong man and made me lose my counter. That's some bullshit. Yeah, so we'll just do the Batman v Superman, the Snyder Cut, and Lego Batman, and Batman. No, the Batman even.
So we're going. So are we doing? Sorry, can you repeat that? Are we going for Batman v Superman as well?
Yeah, we'll do Batman v Superman and Justice League.
Batman v Superman, Snyder Cut Justice League, and Lego Batman.
Lego Batman and the Batman.
Oh yeah, and Batman.
I mean, if you'd seen like some of the animated ones with his son, that would be but that's a whole, you know, another can of worms. So
another kettle of fish.
Wait, we've got to decide, are we going to rate Batman actors or Batman movies?
Oh, I was thinking it was movies.
I think we'll do movies. We'll do movies first, and then we could just summarize with actors. But I think also actors, maybe we'll do that in a while. Yeah, once I've helped you do some more research with the animated ones where Okay, so yeah, because you'd like you'd probably like the Year One animated movie, and some of the stuff with Damien is all really interesting.
Wayne.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Why can I never remember where the last bloody firefighter is?
Lego Batman movie. Okay, that's all of them ordered nicely.
Oh wait, hang on. I think he's over here.
He thinks that he's over here.
He thinks that he's over there. Damn,
11 movies then. That is
Blimey, governor.
11 movies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Booyah! I am never wrong. I am always right. I am always the smartest. I know where the firefighters are. Sorry.
Firefighters.
Firefighters, not fireflies. Firefighters.
Yeah, I wanted to make the reference, but I couldn't think of a pun in any sort of way there. But okay, so how are we going to start with this? Should I list mine?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, let's see. Top to bottom or bottom of the top?
Your choice.
I'm gonna try top to bottom. I'm just struggling a little with what's on first place because There's some good ones. I'm going to maybe be a bit mainstream and say The Dark Knight as the top spot.
Cool. Wait, I'm gonna write them down while I don't listen to this fireman. While you do your bit.
So I'm going to say The Dark Knight because, I mean, it's legendary. Anyone who's seen it knows it's a flipping incredible superhero movie and just incredible movie in general. Batman's great. He's already in he's you know, he's out of the Batman Begins origin story mode stuff, so he's in his prime in this. He's swinging around on the grapple hook. He's doing detective stuff, and of course, Heath Ledger's iconic performance as the Joker, who has been, and his performance as the Joker was, of course, referenced and inspired many people to follow a similar interpretation with him and with other characters, and also a lot of annoying people on the internet liked to use his quotes a lot. But that's neither here nor there. The next one after that, I'm gonna say The Batman, as in Patterson.
Robat Bat and Bat.
What?
It's a joke from Mr. Sunday Movies. Don't worry.
Robat Bat and Bat.
It's just basically any time that, because
Patterson, but lots of bat in it.
yeah, because obviously Batfleck worked, so they kind of made the joke that every time you could fit a bat into Robert Pattinson's name, do it. So, and they did.
I like Batterson though.
Yeah, Battinson's pretty good.
Robat
Pattinson.
Robat Pattinson. I liked his journey a lot more in that one. Into becoming Batman. It seemed, I don't know, it was just something about it which it's probably just because the final scene hit really hard for me, at least.
Yeah.
And how he managed to become that symbol of hope, and his intentions to continue to be that symbol of hope as opposed to a punisher of the wicked. I thought was a nice journey for his character, and really kind of, because there was a theme of him wondering if what he was doing was worth it. It felt like that seems like one of his motivations throughout the movie was, trying to find what he can do to actually help and solve the problems.
Yeah.
Because this isn't actually working as well as he thought it was. But yeah, the ending just tied it up in such a nice little bow.
Wait, which one was that one, sorry?
Batterson.
Right, yeah.
The Batman.
So that's number 2.
Yeah, that's what I'd put as number 2. Number 3... And man, this is not an easy list to make because they're all really good. After that, you know what? I'm gonna go with The Dark Knight Rises.
Whoa.
And I see a lot of conflicting feelings on this movie. Some people really like it. Some people think it's not quite good. I'm definitely in the camp of, yeah, that was good.
But No, that's what I'm guessing. That's why you've put it slightly lower. You know, it's like, you know, you understand that, like, people say, you know, they have problems with
Well,
it. So
yeah,
you say, I enjoy it, but, you know, you can understand
yeah.
or something. That's,
I can understand some of the things. Yeah, Selena
yeah.
Kyle was a little bit wasted, but the ending of it felt so right to me because
Yeah, no, I think the ending was quite cool.
like this version of Batman wasn't really. He's got a kind of different purpose to a lot of other interpretations of Batman. He's being Batman as, you know, obviously to stop the criminals and everything, but
Hmm.
it's less of a
Sure.
it's less of a this is something that the people need, that Gotham needs, and more him punishing slash soothing himself by doing it,
Hmm.
and him getting an actual full life with Selena at the end.
Yeah.
It just feels like he really deserved that.
I think the significant thing for the distinction that I kind of think of is that Christian Bale's Batman is, you know, you were starting to say what I thought. Yeah, I thought you were going to say actually. He's the least. You said he's the least like the others.
Yeah.
He's. I kind of think that he's almost not. He's not Batman. If he's not the Batman, he is a version of the Batman that could exist in our real life. If you know what I mean,
Yes.
they put a lot of effort into making a lot of elements about those films realistic.
Yeah, like
You know, there's
how after just 5 years of being Batman, he's got a lot of injuries
yeah,
that put a
injuries.
lot of the mask in.
He's you know, there's no the fear toxins. You know, is the most outlandish thing, but it's still realistic.
Mm.
There's no Lazarus pits for Ra's al Ghul. There's no, you know, Bane venom or anything. It's all just, you know, muscly men using military hardware and brains.
Mm.
Which, you know, Bane is very clever in the comics. He is very smart. But that's kind of like, um, but you know, and as you said, it's like I don't think that Batman has the obsession in the same
Yeah.
way that a lot of the others do, but he's the more typical hero almost.
Mm. Yeah, yeah, it's that's a good way of thinking. I just you know how sometimes you get those bits in Batman things where they're like, oh, but what's the he's wearing the mask, but what's the mask? Is he really
Yeah,
Batman and Bruce Wayne is his mask, or is he really Bruce Wayne and Batman is
I
his mask?
think that's the only version where the mask is Batman.
Yeah, yeah, and
Although
he's
possibly because he goes so out of his way to make Bruce Wayne seem ridiculous. That's like a very kind of that's a misinterpreted Adam about Batman is that Bruce Wayne is the mask and all that. It comes from the animated series where like there's this one episode where Bruce is getting like manipulated in it's actually Batman Beyond where he's being like someone's trying to convince him. I haven't actually seen the episode. I've just seen the scene, so I know the basic context, but not actually of what happened. Where someone's like trying to mess with his head and talk to him. So, but Bruce knows it's not really him. It's not his thoughts or him controlling his body or whatever. And it's like, how did you know? Because he's like, and Bruce replies, because I don't refer to myself as Bruce. And Terry just goes, So that's where that comes from. But it's more like the Playboy Bruce Wayne is a
oh
mask
yeah,
Batman
Yeah.
is still a mask. The man is still, Bruce Wayne is still who he is.
Hmm. But yeah, Dark Knight Rises. It had a lot of There were a lot of lines and little moments that I really liked, like the like when he's flying off in the plane, and it seems like this might be it for him, and he says, and he basically all but confirms his identity to Jim
Well,
Gordon.
yeah, he just. Well, doesn't Jim actually say Bruce Wayne?
Yeah.
I think that's a nice resolution to that relationship.
just like the fact that
I like that Jim's kind of surprised and impressed at the same time in that moment. He's like,
yeah.
oh shit, I did this. This is why he trusted, it's like...
Yeah. When he describes it, it seems like such a simple thing, but it's also just... It's just so interesting how, the different perspective. Because for Bruce, that was such a powerful moment for him that he remembers it decades later. And the way he describes it, just... Mwah, c'est magnifique. Anyway, enough on Dark Knight Rises. Enough stalling. Let me try and figure out what I would put as the number 4 spot. Let's see what can I really not get away with putting any lower than this. I'm gonna say Batman Returns.
Batman Returns.
That was Keaton's second and, well, only second. Second
Well, until now.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, it's but something that, as it's often said, Batman, the Dark Knight trilogy kind of ushered in this age of really gritty, dark, grounded superhero movies, and kind of and kind of resulted in a lot of shying away from, the more comedic and outlandish aspects of the source materials.
Wait, which one did?
The Dark Knight trilogy.
Oh, right, yeah.
A lot of movies like that.
On the DC side, they were like, oh, this worked. Grim, dark, edgy.
Yeah, but
completely missed the mark and just went for over-the-top violence and everyone having a shit time rather than understanding that there was a lot more to those films than just...
they're darker.
They're dark and edgy.
Joker stabbed a person. That's gotta be why they liked it. That's gotta be it.
I mean, I don't see any problems with that statement.
Yeah, but Batman Returns, being before that, is not plagued with that, and I like its its campy moments. I like the fact that the Penguin's got weird flipper hands. And he was raised by penguins in the sewers. It's wonderful. This version of Selina Kyle, the Batman Returns version of Selina Kyle, her journey from Felicity Smoke to villain is...
Felicity Smoke to villain. I mean, you're not wrong. Somehow you're not wrong.
Somehow I'm not wrong. How she gets gradually a little worse and worse as time goes on, and and Batman's trying to stop her and all of that, and you know, the larger than life intrigues and the set pieces.
Mm.
You know, I really like something about the you know, Batman 1989 and Batman Returns Gotham's. Or, well, Gotham, I guess it's the same place in both movies.
Mm.
It's weird. It feels both like it, because the Dark Knight trilogy, it just feels like it's set in the real world in a way, but Gotham feels somewhere between between fantasy and reality somehow. Not that that makes any sense, but you know, it's like a real place, but it's also not like a real place. Like a set or something. I don't know.
It was a model, I think, for the most part.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say is I like the vibe that it gives off. It's got a little extra whimsy to it that really makes it feel
Like Batman.
Makes you really feel like the Batman. Yeah, Batman Returns. I really like that one. The conclusion as well is also pretty damn good. And probably the most memorable moment, and this is a silly memorable moment, I know, but when Bruce tears off his
rubber mask, yeah.
Yeah, and it's rubber, and you can see like the tear marks of the rubber and little chunks of it, and I was like, oh my god, that was really rubber. That's not going back on. But yeah, and you know, stunning performances all around. Michael Keaton does a good Batman. Danny DeVito does a phenomenal Penguin. And yeah. I guess underneath this one, what am I gonna say?
Everyone's gonna say, when everybody hates your face.
What have I actually got left on the list? Can I put this?
Do.
I'll put this. Okay, out of these, what's... God, I can't believe I've only done 4. It's still so difficult, but I'm gonna go with after that one. Yeah, I think I have to put Batman Begins now. I don't think I can get away with putting Batman Begins any lower, because it's Batman Begins.
This is true.
Liam Neeson as Raish.
This guy's having a bit of trouble.
And Christian Bale as Batman, starring in you know, his first outing as Batman, and it's a really good origin story of Batman. It's a really well told version of the story, and little things like him in going to the court with a gun, intending to like just shoot the guy, and then getting talked down, and then he goes out and he throws the gun in disgust and goes out to find another way to exact his revenge, and really seeing the Batcave and all of the assorted Bat elements, build up slowly but surely until you've got, what we eventually have in The Dark Knight. So you see various bits of his suit and how they're even gonna get the suit across, and we'll need to buy these from this bit and that bit from this bit, and we need to make sure it's not conspicuous and strange, otherwise people will realise you're the Batman. Surprise, surprise, someone does notice though. Lucius Fox, and it's like, so you're Batman, right? It's like, yeah. Lucius Fox is great in these movies as well, as a secondary confidant to Bruce after Alfred, of course, and the all of the gadgets that he makes, top notch. But yeah, Batman Begins has got to go in the 5 spot. Can't put that any lower than that. Let's see what we've got. Now I'm going to put Batman 89. Or Batman. Or whatever you want to call it. Michael Keaton, Jack Nicholson.
That one.
Yeah, that one. It's got the humor, it's got the comedy that later films would eschew in favor of being mature and gritty. But it's interestingly, even though it's the first movie, it's not an origin story so much.
No, he's been doing it for a while.
He starts as Batman. He's been doing it, like you say. He's been doing it for a while.
Although he does. Oh fuck! What are the words? He does. People don't know who he is, and he does have the whole origin. Like, I see my dead parents, and we see them getting shot and the pearls and all that shit.
Yeah. Oh, something I failed to mention during the Batman Returns bit, but these movies are so
different.
Well, yeah, they're very different, but they're also very before special effects.
Yeah. Well, it's all practical and stuff.
Yeah, all the practical effects, and that makes it feel more real.
Yeah. Especially when Batman sets someone alight with the Batmobile turbo boost.
And you think, flippin' heck, how is this? Is that guy alright?
No. All he was a fucking jester performer. He was just bad timing, bad luck to be dressed like a clown. Batman set him alight and he burnt to death. He was just trying to support his family.
Rip. Poor guy. But where was I? Oh yeah, Batman. Yeah, 'cause it's
oh yeah, Batman.
Oh well, yeah, that's the movie. I was remembering the movie, which
right,
is just called Batman.
Yeah, you gotta love it.
But yes, Batman. Nicholson is a great Joker. He was such a good Joker that in every movie except for Batman Returns, they decided it would be a good idea to get a Joker stand-in and just take some random Batman Rogues Gallery villain and just turn him into Joker. So there's that.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I think now's the time for the Lego Batman movie.
I like how I can hear you typing these out. Like it's like, and it's time. Cracks his knuckles. There you go. It is forever placed.
Okay, Lego Batman movie, because it's funnily enough one of the funnier movies I've seen in recent history. Like, God, and a lot of pop culture references, which, sadly those will be outdated in a couple of decades. But right now they're funny.
Were there pop culture references?
Well, maybe not pop culture references, but something
like it.
Something like that. I suppose rather than pop culture, there were all of those
Bat culture.
Yeah, bat culture and reference other Lego sets, like the Lord of the Rings Lego set and the Harry Potter Lego set and the
Yeah, but that's not gonna That's not gonna date
oh yeah,
it.
those aren't gonna be dated, are they?
I mean, I guess there was all the villains, but again, like, you know, the last time we got a Gremlins movie was like the early 2000s. If people still recognize those, then I think we're okay.
Yeah, it was funny because I've seen a few seasons of Arrowverse, which means I've seen a few of the obscure villains that show up because they need to fill out the villain of the week formula.
Condiment
And so,
King.
I haven't seen Condiment King, but there were a lot of those a lot of those guys I was like, oh yeah, I recognise you, I recognise you.
I'm disappointed that they haven't put the Condiment King in the CW verse yet. Surely they should appear in one episode of The Flash or The Legends.
Well, I'll let you know if it turns out that they do ever, but yeah.
I just pressed triangle because I thought I was playing fucking Spider-Man. Not triangle, circle. Circle to dodge.
Oh, circles. Yeah, okay. But yeah. Condiment King, all the other characters, and then Joker's like, look them up, it's worth a Google. And I was like, oh yeah, I know like half of these guys, bro.
Wait, why the fuck do these guys have guns?
Because they're trying to kill you.
Well, yeah, but...
If I can criticize the first thing that I'd criticize about that movie is why did you make Barbara Gordon the love interest? I mean, granted, it looks like it appears that she's like aged up.
Yeah, at least in that version, she's a full adult. Jim Gordon is much older than Batman.
Yeah.
Like, much, much older than Batman. So, like, I think Bruce is actually a lot closer to Barbara's age than Jim's. And Barbara is also a professional cop, as opposed to I get, because his other love interests from the comics wouldn't really make sense for, it, because I guess they wanted to shortcut, like, the conflict with the police being conflict with Barbara.
Yeah, I see.
So, that's the only version where I don't hate it, but at the same time, it could have just been an original character love interest. I mean, Selena was never going to be in
Meow.
in the police, and neither was Talia.
Yeah. Did you see that there? I managed to memorize all of Selena Kyle's lines in that movie.
That's pretty much all of her lines in the Tom King run as well.
Ooh. Damn, does Tom King not like Selena?
Oh no, I mean he really does. I think at first it was a bit of a running joke, but unfortunately, once you kind of cotton on or get bored of the joke, you realise that he's just not writing dialogue for her. I mean, this all gets like the conclusion, the epilogue to his run, the Batman Catwoman book. She doesn't say that like once, I don't think, except maybe as an actual joke. Like, she doesn't say it instead of other dialogue, and it's basically her book as well. That's it, that one. But no, the actual Batman run that Tom King did, Selena's most common line is just saying meow instead of other, like, logical dialogue, which is just a bit like, why? And when she's basically, it's supposed to be, when that run is basically them, their romance, and she's the the main other player of that run. The fact that she just says meow to freak people out or to get what she wants or whatever, it's a bit odd. So anyway, yeah, that little tangent.
But yeah, other than that, really funny movie. I like it's a much more lighter and softer experience. You know, you got the whole family thing and Bruce learning
family.
Yeah, the ending song was a bit saccharine, but
yeah, I that's the worst part of it. Is the bloody end song. The credits comes up and it's like, oh yeah, I forgot this was a Lego movie.
yeah, they wanted to do
a credit song
so bad. So yeah. Oh, it also features my not favorite Joker, but like it's hard to describe.
Yeah.
I really like that version of Joker, but he's not very good as a Joker.
No, he's more of an exploration of the romance between Batman and the kind of weird ass concept of the romance between Batman and the Joker.
Yes, absolutely.
That's what he is more than just being the Joker. You know.
Yeah. Like an undeveloped love interest in a rom-com.
What are you talking about? That Joker had so much development.
You're right. I'm sorry. I've done Lego Joker.
Anyway, move on.
Move on. Before I dig myself any deeper.
Yep, it's a shallow grave, but it doesn't have to be.
Okay, out of these four, what can I really... I guess I have to put Justice League next.
I guess he is kind of a non-entity. You know, his job is to bring the League together and then let them do the cooler stuff.
Yeah. I mean, the Snyder Cut is a really good movie, but when I'm comparing it with these, I feel like it's weird because like it's less a Batman movie, you know, and I feel like the Batman movies have to take some sort of precedent over them.
I mean, that's
Justice
the thing.
League is low, but it's not to say it's bad.
That's the thing about Zack Snyder's movies in general, is that he was obsessed with Superman, but he wanted a dark Superman. He wanted an edgy Superman. His Batman was always going to suffer because he just didn't particularly like Batman, or you know, he didn't like normal Batman. He wanted Batman to be, you know, edgy and a killer because he didn't understand the no-kill thing.
He had a gun. He shot at people with guns.
I mean, he didn't have a normal gun. Thankfully, he had lots of guns on the Batmobile and all of the plat things, but I mean, I think it's most obvious in the fact that he didn't, you know, if you look at Justice League comics, Batman is the leader of the Justice League. There's no doubt about it. But the movies with the super characters, especially, you know, so Batman v Superman and Justice League, as soon as the League comes in, as soon as Superman and Wonder Woman are fighting Doomsday, or, you know, they're all fighting those, Batman's always off to the side doing, you know, a little bit of kicking and like, it's obvious he just doesn't know what to do with a man amongst gods in these movies.
Yes.
So, you know.
Oh, and then there's this exchange. So, what's your superpower?
I'm rich.
I'm rich.
That's a joke from the internet. Don't put it in your actual fucking movie. Christ. But, it's like people only laugh because they couldn't believe that he would actually put it in.
Yeah. He's so much more than just his money.
But
he's got incredible willpower and a flipping brain the size of his mana.
His muscles. All of his muscle mass combined is equal to his brain.
Yeah. He should be doing strategies and stuff. And identifying what the, getting the plans and all that. What you say.
Well, yeah, he is, he's the leader. He should be absolutely, cleaning house. And, even if he's not in the field or, directly active, he'll be directing everyone, making sure everyone's, using their powers effectively and strategizing it against the enemies. Well, I'm already gonna die. Oh, I'm dead.
I understand that Superman is a bit,
I forgot about this death scene.
Oh my goodness, they got into the precinct!
Rather than the talking head thing, they have that. And you have to see that full thing without...
Damn, that's messed up.
Every time you die during this 4-fight section, if you die at any point during these four sections, you see that and you can't skip it. It is so long, it's not even funny like most of the talking heads. It is, and you can't skip it after seeing it once. It's really annoying. Like on nightmare difficulty, and as I usually do this without as many upgrades as possible, just from the fact that I like to challenge myself at this game I've played probably more than 20 times, I'm gonna fuck up at this section. I don't need to be reminded of that by seeing it so often.
Yes.
Anyway, sorry. So, yeah. What's next on your list?
Next on my list is gonna be...
It's gonna be me.
It's... Yeah, it's Batman.
Thinking is dangerous.
Batman Forever. And it's Batman Forever.
Oh shit.
But, well, yeah, it's Batman Forever.
Fair enough.
And it's Batman Forever because this is the start of the decline for that series.
Okay.
The only real saving grace is Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey being like, being Riddler Joker.
Yeah.
And, he's pretty good at it. He's pretty good at it.
He's pretty good at playing the Joker.
So I enjoyed it for that, and there's some nice choreography going on there, but like
it was the start of the Bat Nipples.
It's the start of the Bat Nipples, yeah, and the Kung Fu
Chicken
laundry scene.
Oh god, yeah, what the fuck?
It's so funny because that just comes out of nowhere. And he's just like, nah, I can take care of this, Alfred, and he just starts doing martial arts with the laundry, and then after the scene's over, I was just like, wait, what did I just watch?
Laundry, obviously.
Did I manage to fall asleep and have a fever?
Oh my god.
I mean, it's certainly a take on the whole Robin thing. But yeah, it certainly is a take on the whole Robin thing. It's alright, it's just not...
Oh, fuck you, man.
Great. Oh, I didn't realise you were such a fan of Batman Forever.
No, it's these fucking missile bros.
Now, which of these do I put? Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Oh, fuck off, did that hit me?
And then I'm gonna go Batman vs Superman Dawn of Justice.
Oh, cool. A missile I couldn't even see hit me.
Like, the weird thing about Batman vs Superman Dawn of Justice is I'm really not sure what it wanted to be. Because it's definitely not really like a Justice League movie, because of course the League's not there, it's not formed. And we only see like the Trinity, so to speak. Of, you know, the big three, you know, Supes, Batman and Wonder Woman. So it's not really a League movie per se. I mean, granted, it's called Dawn of Justice, so it's like, oh, so it's the lead up to them forming the League. It's called Batman vs Superman, like Batman's first, but it doesn't. But there's so much focus on Superman. But there's also a lot of focus on Batman. So I've always wondered, like, was he making a Batman movie or was he making a Superman movie? And the conflict isn't great, because I feel like they could just talk it out a little more.
Yeah, I mean, you know, testosterone, men, stupid. That was, like, yeah. I mean, also, I think the really annoying thing is that Batman just needed to do some better background checks.
Exactly, he's the world's greatest detective.
And he got hoodwinked by Lex freaking Joker Luthor. Again, another character that was just the Joker.
God, you're right. I managed to not notice that. It's certainly an interesting pick of actor for Lex Luthor. One that I'm not, like, massively enamoured with. The performance, not the actor, that is.
Yeah, I think Eisenberg's a really good actor. But
there's just something about his Lex that just...
okay, fuck it.
I don't know, he doesn't really... You know, normally with Lex Luthor, I see him like, it's really scary villain, like 20 steps ahead of everyone else. And this guy just felt a bit petulant.
Yeah.
A bit, you have powers.
Yeah, well, I mean, that is Lex down to a T. That is literally his whole thing.
Yeah.
He's just... he's an incel, basically.
Also, the thing with making Doomsday Zod, but like mutated or something, was...
Yeah, Zod plus choice? Lex Luthor equals Doomsday.
And then the fact that he, when he introduces him, it was absolutely eye-rolling. Doesn't he say it like,
my Doomsday, or your Doomsday or something?
It's like, oh, yeah, okay, we see what we did there. Very good, very good. And of course the legendary, why did you say that name? Say father. Like the conflict literally ending because their mums happen to have the same forename.
It's so badly handled. You can see what they're trying to do.
Oh yeah, totally. But like,
it's
God,
all
the execution is.
It's all left to subtext.
Yeah.
It's left to subtext, and especially the Snyder Bros are so just what's the word? Illiterate. Movie illiterate, shall we say? But actually, no, they'd be defending that, won't they? Actually, the Snyder Bros. The Martha Steve, probably. So, no, I take it back. I can see what they're trying to do. It's badly handled, badly judged, and there is so many better ways to do exactly what they were trying to do there.
Yeah. So yeah, that movie was like not great. Like the best part of it for me was like whenever they alluded to like Justice League formation. It's wow, that next movie that is going to come out later is going to be good.
and then the Justice League came out.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so hiding behind the door. Hiding around the side. That's the way to do it, apparently.
But you know, I always feel like if you've got the viewers thinking, "Wow, the next movie's gonna be great," that's not exactly a great sign for the current movie.
Well, if that's the only thing they're gonna get from it.
Yeah, that's all I got out of myself. Yes, so, that leaves at the 11th spot, Batman and Robin, which is Batman and Robin.
I never would have guessed.
Silly, it's stupid things like the whole thing, okay, Arnold Schwarzenegger, he's Mr. Freeze.
Yeah, he certainly is.
Like the whole subplot with Alfred, and he's oh no, Alfred's secretly dying of McGregor's syndrome.
Yeah, why is he dying secretly?
Why is he dying secretly?
Is this because he's so convinced that Bruce has dealt with has had to deal with so much trauma that, Alfred, he's not, Batman is all about learning to deal with trauma and overcome it, and which is why he's so, like everything he does is to stop him or other people having to deal with that trauma again. That's he trains the Bat Kids all to be able to defend themselves and the people they love, so they don't have to experience the same trauma he has. And then, and if they do, so it doesn't transform them into monsters. Because FYI, a world where Bruce Wayne didn't adopt Dick Grayson, but he still lost his parents, he did not turn out all right. Just saying.
Yes, but so that subplot I thought was a bit contrived, like, and the strange thing about that they needed to find the cure, and Mr. Freeze was trying to find the cure for his wife, and
yeah, the fact that they both happen to be dying of the same disease is a bit convenient.
Yeah, a bit too much. And then the fact that, but like when it turned out he was dying, I was like, oh right, oh wow, this is gonna be, there's gonna, he's gonna die at some point in this movie, and we're gonna have to see the consequences of that. We're gonna have to see Batman dealing with it and everyone else dealing with it, and like you say, overcoming their grief and everything. And then it was like, oh, what's he dying of? Oh, McGregor's syndrome. And I just thought, oh,
is he?
Oh, right, okay, so he's gonna get cured. And sure enough, in the ending, he's cured. And it's like, oh, well, there could have been something interesting to talk about there, but, you know, I guess... Granted, it's Batman and Robin, which is, like, probably the silliest Batman movie.
Mm.
So I shouldn't be surprised that they didn't want to tackle that. Is that guy going to be okay? You threw him in an electric fence.
He'll be fine.
Ah, okay.
He'll be fine.
But, yeah, that's about... That's about it. Honestly, I don't remember too much of the... Oh, yeah, there was Poison Ivy as well. And... yeah, she was alright. Oh, yeah, Bane. Bane was in it, and they made Bane a just muscle. They just made Bane just some muscle who doesn't say anything. Which, you know, isn't fair to the character who is really smart in source material. But yeah, that's how I'd rank these, probably. The Dark Knight, the Batman, The Dark Knight Rises, Batman Returns, Batman Begins, Batman, the Lego Batman movie, Justice League, Batman Forever, Batman vs Superman, Dawn of Justice, Batman and Robin. Seems reasonable enough to me right now. You there?
Turn!
Ah!
Like Batman returned. See it? It's all connected.
All connected.
Yep, sorry, I was indisposed.
I see. Well,
I can I just say that there is nothing as quite as fucking destroying as a review of Batman and Robin than the two times that you had to hesitate and go, oh yeah, Poison Ivy was in that movie, and then a solid minute later you went, oh yeah, Bane's in that movie. If that isn't a fucking indictment of that movie, I don't know what is. Like, Jesus, you went for their fucking guts with that one, man. Woohoo!
I wasn't quite intending to be so scathing. I was literally just remembering the characters. Because, yeah, well, needless to say, they didn't leave that much of an impression on me. So, how's your list? How would you rank the movies?
Have a look at Signal.
Ah, okay. Let me see. Oh, wow. You did that at the start.
When you were still talking about your number 2, I was like... Well, I just wanted to get it down so that I could keep playing, and then I wouldn't have to think too much.
Okay. So Batman is your number 1 spot. Yep, that makes sense. That's cool.
It wasn't originally. It wasn't top.
Really?
No.
Oh, were you convinced to put it on top because of what I said when I was talking about it or something?
No, it was more that what was top, I didn't want to be a contrarian, and I realised that there were... Yeah, it doesn't feel genuine to put what I had at top.
Which I assume was Lego Batman.
Which was Lego Batman, yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Lego Batman
was...
is the perfect Batman film for, well, for a lot of reasons, but it's also, it's a very silly film, and, it
Yes.
understands Batman a hell of a lot better than numbers 4 downwards, but it's, it's not a straightforward Batman film, and its aim is very different from the other. So to put it at top feels a little bit ingenuine and unfair for the remaining numbers. So I thought the one that brings me the most joy is actually the Batman. So, but
Mm.
also that I feel like that would go down if the sequels fail to give me Bat Family or live up to, because one of the things I was really excited about when Matt Reeves first talked about the film was how well he seemed to understand Batman. And then what gave me fucking fear was after the film came out and I saw his interviews and shit where he was saying, oh, we wanted to make it as, realistic as possible. I was like, no, we've already done the fucking realistic Batman.
Yeah, that's called the Dark Knight trilogy.
Please, can we have the weird shit? Give us Clayface, give us Mr. Freeze, give us the fucking weird shit. Thankfully, they just announced last week Clayface is going to be the main villain of the Batman 2. So thank fuck they're doing the weird. And I also hope they develop the bat suit so it's, so it does stuff like the gliding from the Arkham games and, various things, because that wingsuit scene, really cool. But, really cool for early Batman. I want to see more developed Batman as those movies go on.
Yeah.
So, but that's not on the original The Batman. It's more on how the series develops. So,
Yeah.
is that justification enough for the number one,
absolutely.
or is it? Well, I mean, fuck.
I mean, for me, the Batman was very, very close to being the number one spot. Like, Dark Knight just eked it out on when they're pretty much, to me, they're pretty much like identical in quality, at least. Well, I had a similar amount of enjoyment with them, but
yeah, I should probably state before I go further down my list that I have a very different perspective to how you probably rank them.
Oh, yes, that is probably the case.
That is probably evident, Bradley's thinking, as he looks at my list. No! Ah, shit.
No, that's fine, though, and that's cool. It gives us something interesting to talk about.
Yeah.
So, as you said a bit about Lego Batman as well, and you put it on your...
Yeah, Lego Batman is, like, Lego Batman understands Batman so much better than so many of the other films and so many people working on the other films. Like, the people who made Lego Batman understand Batman so much better than Zack fucking Snyder. Though I respect the man, and his energy is very positive, and it's like, it's, there's that eager kid to always answer first, even if they've got the wrong answer. That's how I kind of picture Zack Snyder. He's a really excited kid in a classroom who doesn't really understand, but he's going to give it his best shot. And I can't fault him for that. I think he's, seems like a really decent guy, but at the same time, please stay away from Batman. I love you, but stay away from Batman.
Fair enough. So, number 3 spot, you've got Batman Begins, the first of the Dark Knight trilogy.
This is where I need to explain how my list is going to be different to your list.
Go on.
I'm gonna be ranking these based on how accurate they are to what I like about Batman. So the movies that are accurate to his relationship with Selina, his relationship with Alfred, his relationship with his family, ergo, and the Batman and the Lego Batman movies. The Batman also gets all the detective stuff very good and has the best Jim Gordon, like, by fucking like, I liked Gary Oldman until I saw Jeffrey Wright, and then it was just the meme, the looking over your shoulder at the other woman meme. but the other woman is Jeffrey Wright as Jim Gordon, and the original woman is Gary Oldman. Although I would have liked to see more J.K. Simmons, if only the fucking Batgirl movie came out.
J.K. Simmons was going to be...
J.K. Simmons was Commissioner Gordon in Justice League, wasn't he?
Was he?
Oh my god.
Did I not notice that or something?
Apparently not. Oh, and he would be reprising his role in Batgirl. But he did not. Because WB wanted a tax write-off.
Woo!
Woo! Wait, is it capitalism or is it just... I don't know, fuck it. It's one of those things.
Oh my... Wow, he really is. How did I not notice that?
Yeah, same question.
Huh? What? What?
What? Ah, fuck.
Bryan Cranston? Why did Bryan Cranston's...
I'll get my ass kicked tonight. What's going on with Bryan Cranston?
Oh wow, he was Jim Gordon as well in Batman Year One.
Oh, fucking hell, yeah, he was. Do you know what's really funny is the guy who voiced Bruce Wayne in Batman in Year One, he went on to play Commissioner Gordon in the Gotham TV show.
Wow. Silly old me. So that leads me to... question.
So Batman Begins. Okay, so yeah, so the films that get Batman accurate and don't shy away from the weird side of stuff. I will enjoy them a hell of a lot more than the ones that are absolutely terrified to embrace any of the weird shit. So, Batman Begins, I don't know if you remember what the Narrows looked like, but that was, like, fucking incredible design. And it felt so bizarre. Ow, fuck. No, oh, for God's sake. Oh, why are there so many fucking...
I'll admit it's been a bit of a while.
Well, basically they built a load of practical sets for Batman Begins for the really dirty part, like the kind of really run-down part of Gotham called the Narrows, and it was all very stylized and stuff, and it was really cool, and they weren't really shying away from that stuff, even though they were still obviously taking a very realistic, militaristic take on Batman. The Dark Knight was just... Gotham was just Chicago. That was it. It was just Chicago. And then in The Dark Knight Rises, it was a bit of Chicago with a bit of Pittsburgh. Like, they completely lost that really dramatic, artistic edge with the later films.
I see what you mean, actually.
And... that was a real shame. So Batman Begins was the first, it was the first Batman film that I saw that I was really excited by.
Okay.
As a kid, I was just like, oh my God. And when he went into the Batcave, and when he got the Batmobile. I remember saying to my parents, "Oh my god, he's got a Batcave. He's got a Batmobile. This is so cool." Because at that point, the only films I'd seen were the Adam West 1960s and the Michael Keaton ones, but I was so young when I watched them, I didn't really remember them. And like, I remember absolutely obsessed, like rewatching Batman Forever every time I went to my grandparents. But for the life of me, I could not remember a single fucking thing about those films. Even though I watched them. Oh my god, why do these people keep fucking... Ah. I'm playing really badly tonight. My muscle memory is just not fucking working. I've been playing a lot of Spider-Man over the last couple of nights, and circle being dodge for every kind of attack is really useful. But when you have to press triangle for 2 guys and circle to stun another kind of guy, it really fucks with me.
Okay,
Also, I'm
so
tired.
given that you've just said that it's all about how accurate Batman is,
Yeah.
how come Batman v Superman is so high? Is Batman actually accurate in that? And I just don't know what Batman is, because I mean, we already spoke about how he uses guns and stuff in that.
Yeah,
Kills people.
It's the kind of the really annoying thing is that, because I remember coming home from seeing that the first time and going, that film was alright, but you know what was more than just alright? Fucking Batfleck. Because everyone was like, Batfleck's gonna be the worst fucking thing on the face of the earth, and he wasn't, and he was really good. Because it's really annoying, because it's got, you know how we've talked about Phase 4 loads, and I say that each entry has a asterisk after I liked it, and the asterisk is I liked it, but the Batman v Superman is the biggest asterisk I've ever had to give my love for something, because everything about Affleck's performance in that film is perfect, but because he kills people, it is weighed down so heavily, and that's it. That's the only thing.
Did your microphone did your headphones just come out of your controller? Because there was kind of a cut
No, I
off
just
sound.
muted myself because someone came in.
Oh, right.
What was the last thing I said?
God, I can't remember now that you put me on the spot. But you were saying about Batfleck and how he wasn't absolutely terrible, even though everyone was saying he was going to be.
He was going to be terrible. He wasn't, and he was literally like, oh, for fuck's sake, everything about his performance was perfect, but his Batman killed people, which fundamentally misunderstood that it's like, if you could just, if they had just changed to rubber bullets and to not fucking exploding people and driving them, if they just toned down the edgy, fucking Fast and Furious level carnage, there would have been no problems. That's it. That's all they had to do. It's really fucking simple.
Yes.
How am I already on minus health?
So next on your list is The Dark Knight.
Right. Yeah. So I don't know if I told you I rewatched The Dark Knight. What, possibly about 6 months ago now?
Mm.
And I think I was live texting Bryn actually while I was watching it,
Mm.
and fucking hell, when he's wearing the mask, when Bruce is wearing the Batman mask, he's so lame. He's
Really?
because okay, so the thing that they got right in Batman Begins that they then fucked up, possibly because of the jokes and all the stuff about was kind of like talked about it, was the voice.
Mm.
The
Oh, you mean
edgy,
the voice?
the gravelly, but it's like, it wasn't so. If you go back, if you watch Dark Knight and then you watch Batman Begins, you'll be like, oh fuck, where did they go wrong here?
Ah.
Because in Batman Begins, he's got a gravelly voice, but it's not ridiculous. In The Dark Knight, it is the worst thing. It is so over the top that I can't help but giggle.
Hmm.
It is so. It's like a pantomime.
It's like they had something of a gravel in the first one, and then they just memed it to death in the Dark Knight. You mean?
Yeah. Well, they didn't, but the internet did, and so they, rather than kind of embracing it, well, I guess they did embrace it, but they wanted to be like, we're cool too, we get the jokes.
Yeah.
So what they did was, oh, fuck off, man. I pressed it, I fucking pressed it. This. Fuck off, Alfred, you old tart. So the gravelly voice is actually funny in the second one. The way Christian Bale doesn't seem to be able to close his mouth when he's in the cowl as well. So he looks like he's pouting more than Keira Knightley does in some of her films. In the Batman suit, and he just can't look cool while pouting or while talking. However, but on the other side, whenever he does, Batman stuff without wearing the mask.
Mm-hmm.
So in all the scenes where, obviously there's the dinner party where he has to beat up a couple people before disappearing into that panic room to dress up as Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's really fucking cool. That's doing Batman stuff without being Batman.
Yeah.
And then later on, he gets in his Lambo and, oh fuck. He basically causes a car crash to save the life of, that guy who's threatening to out him as Batman. And that's, again, so he does Batman stuff but not in the costume, and suddenly he's really cool. It's like they just made a mistake with the costume and the voice, and it totally hampered the movie for me. I just think he's really lame for no reason, and it's kind of laughable.
Fair enough.
But and I do, as a film, I fucking respect the hell out of it, because it was the first superhero film to really make all of that mainstream. Because this was the same year that Iron Man came out, and loads of people look back on Iron Man really fondly, but The Dark Knight hit in just a different way. especially for, the mainstream audience. So I do think it is an amazing movie, but it's just not an amazing Batman movie. Which, again, is an atom that's already been said by a lot of people, but I think it works in this case. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Fair enough.
I'll keep the others short because, I mean, the Dark Knight's probably the last one I have a actual, opinion on.
Okay.
A dramatic one, anyway. Like, we've gone, as you said, you got to a certain point in your list and you just went, they're all so good. I'm getting to a certain point on my list and I was like, I just don't care anymore. At this point, they don't anger me for being almost perfect or, whatever. Anyway, what's next on my list? Sorry, you'll have to remember finding.
Justice League, as it happens.
Again, what it did well. As a movie, it was. I don't know if it's just because in comparison to the Justice League, it was a fucking miracle that it actually worked. But as a movie that featured Batman, oh my god, I'm getting my ass fucking destroyed tonight. Oh Christ, not by him. He just didn't have much to do in it. Which is fair because it wasn't his story, it was Cyborg's story and Superman's return and lots of other things needed to come first, but we talked about it. They just didn't know what to do with Batman once the Justice League turned up, so that's all.
So, well, yeah, like you say. So, then it's Batman after that, as in Michael Keaton.
Yeah, it's like I don't have any strong, I respect the amazing performances from both Keaton and Nicholson. I think, Nicholson got top billing.
Yeah, he did. I'm just looking at the,
I think a lot of the villains in Batman movies actually get top billing in some way or shape or form. Which is an interesting choice.
Yeah. Then you've got Dark Knight Rises all the way down here.
Yeah, Dark Knight Rises is...
Not that I don't get it, but...
Fine. But it's not great. I can't believe I just got my ass kicked by a load of random thugs.
Oof.
What the fuck, while trying to interrogate a Riddler guy, what the fuck is wrong with me tonight?
Batman Forever underneath that. Oh, isn't that the one you said you watched a million times?
Yeah, Batman Forever I watched a million times as a kid. Every time I went around my grandparents, that was the only Batman movie they had. And so I think my entire family watched the opening of that film with me 100 times, realised it was the same old film, and then went, bye-bye!
And then underneath that is Batman Returns. I'm surprised to see Batman Returns down here so low. Is it because of the Is it?
It's just a weird film. I don't remember it as much as the first one, and I know it's just it really lost its way, and what the fuck? Yeah, I mean, also, I love Selena as a character, and they did her fucking dirty with that film. There's a sequel comic, by the way, and they get her a bit better. They understand her a bit more in that, so that's nice. But that only came out a couple years ago, so you can understand why perhaps they solved the "we understand Selena" issue by that point.
Yes. And then finally on your list, same as me, Batman and Robin.
It goes without saying, it just sucks.
Yeah.
But Batman Forever, I found out a lot more. I'll send you a video if you like, where basically someone delves into what the director actually wanted to do. But he was...
What, really?
Yeah, and it actually...
It didn't turn out the way he wanted.
No. Well, it's always the way. The first film is, Batman Forever and Batman were both very constrained by the studios, and then when they did well, WB then gave the directors shorter leashes to allow them to do whatever they wanted, and so we got the fetish nightmare that is Batman Returns and the silly, goofy, what the fuck was Batman and Robin. But yeah, okay, I just got absolute fucking evidence that this triangle button doesn't work because I pressed drop smoke bomb twice then and not a single thing happened. Great, so that's why I've been fucking up my combos and my counters so often. This triangle button just don't fucking work half the time. That's great. Thanks. Thanks,
How many
PlayStation.
times do you slam the controller against the floor?
Never! This is a new controller. I bought it like a month ago.
Oh, that bites.
This is a new PS5 controller that I bought, and for some reason the triangle button just does not like me. It's like I'm just pressing it now.
A refund. That sucks because that really is like a really important button in this game, that's for sure.
Well, it's annoying because I can't because you barely use it in Spider-Man, and I was like, why do I suck so bad on Batman but not Spider-Man? It's because you barely use the triangle button. The circle's the main player in Spider-Man. You hold down triangle to do a lot of cool moves, but it's not as imperative as it is in this. So I wouldn't notice if it's not working every couple of presses or something, or certain situations. Yeesh. I mean, total gamer move blaming the hardware, but I mean, what the fuck, man? I think, the fact that the smoke bomb just didn't work then. And I pressed it twice. Either that's a game glitch, or no, that is the controller's fucked. Neither of which I like the options of, to be honest. Yeah, no, Batman Forever actually was what brought Kilmer on was a very in-depth look at the psyche of Batman, and basically a lot of the stuff that they finally touched on in The Batman, but a lot more deeper psychology. Having Riddler's whole thing being about memories and that shit was going to play in a lot more, because obviously there's just that one scene that they used to find out that Bruce Wayne is Batman. That's all it's used for in the final film. But that was going to be like a core crux of the movie in the original version.
Oh.
Why have they just got a palette?
That is different.
It was going to be really important, and it was actually going to help Bruce deal with some trauma and stuff. I'll send you a video where a guy looks into all of it and loads of the commentaries and not deleted scenes because it wasn't filmed, but the original ideas that were kind of put forward and stuff. And it actually seems like a much better movie. So yeah.
Shame how it works like that. It works out like that sometimes.
Yep. You can't always get what you want. Let's not do that, actually, on a night where I'm being very shit at this game. What's left to do? Riddler... Oh, fuck. Is it just... Oh, hang on. Okay, I know what I need to do. I know what I need to do. Somewhere over here. Yeah, so that was that. Yeah, that brings us to the ends of my list.
Yeah.
We finally did it after 5 weeks of saying we're gonna do
a list.
So yeah, we both agreed on Batman and Robin. Is it fair to say that we both had the older films lower down?
I think, let me double check compare this. Yeah, we've both got Batman Forever and Batman and Robin in the same spot actually, and then yeah, I've put them. I've put Batman in Returns and Batman's a bit higher than you have.
Hmm. Well, I guess, you know, they, like... Yeah, I don't know.
Thought it was a bit before the decline of that series. But yeah, they're both quite low-ish.
There's a body around here somewhere.
But yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool. Would you mind if I talked Last of Us now?
Yeah, talk Last of Us. I'm never going to stop you talking The Last of Us. In fact, I want you to talk nothing but Last of Us. Yes, there's a contract that you have to sign, Bradley. You have to you're only ever allowed to talk in Last of Us quotes. Are you back?
Yeah, because
did you leave
after I said that? Well,
did your controller die and your headphones with it?
I didn't realise it, but I was sitting on my headphone wire, and then when I picked up the controller, of course, the wire didn't move up with it because I was sitting on it.
Ah, I see. The smart play is always is often.
Yeah, not my finest moment, but so The Last of Us, should I go from where we left off that time, or should I just go from the most recent playthrough?
Do whatever you feel like doing.
Because in that case, I'll go from where we left off, and I seem to remember we left off at the open world section.
Did you?
I didn't actually check back.
I think you just done the open world section because that's like the second, because you stopped the first time when we got to Seattle.
Yeah.
So you concluded. So it would have been the end of the open world section where I said, okay, here's the best place to stop.
Yeah. And it turns out it really was.
Yeah, and then after that you stopped at the theatre.
Yes, I did. And then after that I stopped at the at that encounter that I was screwing up.
Yes, yeah, the really long, really annoying encounter.
So I decided I wanted to be a pacifist.
With Ellie, Bradley, gosh.
I know. What? Killing? No, I don't want to. I don't want to kill anyone. No, but so third session we kicked off from the open world section, and we're going to the hotel to catch up with the wolves. And I think we go into the hotel a bit and find some guys that Tommy interrogated, let's say. And we go to give chase, and you just hop over this normal looking bit of fence, and then it explodes. And God, you must have been waiting for that.
I knew it was coming.
Just knowing that I'm gonna, that one of these seconds I'm just gonna be like, oh, holy shit!
Well, I didn't want to ruin it for you.
Oh, I wouldn't have wanted you to ruin it for me.
I didn't necessarily want you to jump, but you know, shit happens.
Yeah, it's like after the fact I could just. This is gonna make you seem really evil, but I just imagined you sitting there watching the stream, just sniggering to yourself. Like, oh, and then it's gonna blow up. But yeah,
That is not quite what happened. What in fact happened was I looked up from what my, because you're checking on other stuff in the meantime. Sometimes like I'm watching most of the time, and then just every now and then I'm also checking your comments on the phone and whatever.
Yeah.
I'm multi-level.
Yeah, multitasking.
Multitask, multi-screen. Got to keep ahead of all your fans. Got to moderate those comments.
Yeah.
Actually, no. I did. Actually, no. For that one, I did watch it all. Actually. I think the only bits I didn't was when you died and I didn't want to give you advice, so I'd mute myself and just kind of look away for a second while you figured it out yourself. Because I'm a very bad backseat gamer sometimes, and I don't want to do that.
Yes.
So I knew that bit was coming, and I was like, should I tell him? But also I knew, because if you wait around for their conversation to end, it's not as shocking.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, you just had to go for it, and yeah, unfortunately, you jumped, and I felt quite bad, but whatever.
Yeah. And then Ellie and Dina get... Well, actually, it's just Ellie, isn't it? Ellie gets captured by those guys.
Yeah. I'm not muted, am I?
No, not right now, no.
Okay, good. Not right now. It's just like thinking, was I muted during that whole thing? And Bradley's just going, yeah, and giggling to himself. It's like it's happened before.
Has it?
Well, we've had conversations where I thought you could hear me, and then you've actually just been going, Oh, shit. It's a table! Bradley, it's a table! Look out!
What? What?
Watch the stream, It's just like, Batman,
God,
table!
Oh
It's so bad! Look out for the table!
Now that is some truly perfect timing.
Perfect framing. But no, I have watched your streams properly. I'm a good friend.
And Dina comes over, and she
I think the only time I didn't, I feel bad now. I'm contextualizing. The only time I looked at my phone was when you sent me something and said, "Can you look at this or can you check this?" Yes.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I don't expect you to be glued
I was feeling bad. I have anxiety and imposter syndrome.
It's all right, bro. It's all right.
Ah, shit. You don't watch these all properly, do you?
Not all the way, no.
Good. Thank fuck. Okay. Well, you're checking with Wikipedia and shit. Oh, another table! Another table! I killed him with it. Like, well, no, he got up, but there was another table, but I killed the table. Anyway, sorry. Yeah, continue. Last of Us.
Yeah. So Dina comes and saves.
Dina got thrown off into a balcony or something. Ellie. Oh yeah. I didn't mention it at the time, but the guy that catches them, who Ellie, obviously got with her knife in the face and is holding it to her neck. Did you recognise the voice actor?
I've recognised a lot of voice actors, so I can't remember. Was it Yuri Lowenthal?
Nope, it was young Sam Drake from Uncharted 4.
Young Sam Drake from Uncharted 4. I will look up who that is presently.
It's more of a, I don't know who it is, but it's more like the voice, and I was like, oh my god, that's young Sam Drake.
Oh, right.
From the
Damn,
flashbacks,
I don't even remember what he sounded like.
Well, he sounded like Jordan.
And his name is Chase Austin. I wonder if he's...
What was really impressive was me, through The Last of Us Part 2, discovering that wasn't just Troy Baker doing a young person voice.
What?
Well, because in Uncharted 3, Nate Drake's just... Isn't that just Nolan North doing a younger person's voice? Or is it actually a kid actor?
Let me double check that then. Oh my god, it actually is a different voice actor.
Oh, really? Okay. I thought it was... Well, I mean, it's been a long time since I played Uncharted 3, but fuck it. Anyway, yeah, so...
I kind of imagine...
But I just thought that was Troy Baker. But it wasn't. And I discovered that because of The Last of Us Part 2. Oh, shit. Boom. Anyway, so yeah, Dina comes into the rescue until she's immediately, shot through the floor and grabbed by...
Yeah, and then big set piece to get out of there, and then...
Yeah, and there was just endless people, and I remember your complaint being, why the fuck are there so many people?
Yeah, it is a struggle to stay whelmed when there's clearly like 8 guys, and if they start shooting at you, then you're not just gonna like tank all of the hits. You're gonna be dead. And it's like, okay, well, that person's over there, and then that person's over there, and then... God, Last of Us encounters are really stressful, but really fun. It's like you gotta think on your feet, and you gotta do it fast. but
yeah, the fact that they added the dodge mechanic just meant that they could make all of those scenes a lot more intense and a lot more what's the word? Complex, I guess, because you've got to, they gave you an extra asset, but they also give you even awkwarder, more complex situations to deal with.
And now that I think about it, because you, if you've got a melee, if you've got a melee weapon and someone's running at you with a melee weapon, like, the way the dodge mechanic works in this game is, so that because in Last of Us 1 you could just beat them to the punch, so to speak, and just press square before they came up to you, and Joel would just whack them with a plank of wood or crowbar.
Well, yeah, but that wasn't very good for clickers or...
Oh, yeah.
Most infected, to be honest.
In these fights, when someone runs at you with the bat, you've got to actually dodge before you retaliate.
Yeah, and get that timing right as well.
Yeah, true.
Which becomes narrower and narrower as you increase the difficulty.
Oh god, I bet.
Although that was actually more confusing for me. Well, I think that's what I assumed, because I played, I obviously played it on normal first, and then subsequently I played it on lighter difficulties, and I seemed to get it on normal, but then I got the timing wrong on easy, and that was because I was pressing it early, and then they wouldn't swing because they're like almost the rev up for the hit.
Oh.
I was pressing dodge at the right time for if it was normal, but they give you more leeway. But because I pressed it so early, I was still getting hit. I think that's how it went when I tried playing it on easy. So, yeah.
God, that session was a while ago, and I can't quite remember what happened after that, but...
Well, you found Nathan Drake's ring in the bank.
That's in the open world segment, though, is it not?
Oh, yeah, sorry, I forgot we talked about the open world section. God, I'm fucking delirious tonight. So you got out the school, and then you made your way to the TV studio.
Ah, okay.
TV
studio.
the news station, even.
Yeah, the news station where everyone's strung up on strings.
Yes.
And hanged by someone who I thought it was Tommy at first, because who else could it be? And I was thinking, damn, this is kind of
It's a bit fucked up for Tommy.
And then they start talking about these scars, guys.
Mm.
And, well, needless to say, they sound and seem like rather nasty pieces of work if they're stringing people up.
This is true.
But we find photos of the guys that
Leia.
Job.
Yeah.
As well as the radio thing was saying where they were at the moment or something.
Wait, are we talking about at the TV station?
Yeah, at the TV station.
Well, no, they just. Well, you found Leia, the second one, already dead, shot by scars. And then the radio just said that there was a backup team coming to investigate. So you had to get the fuck out there, got down into the sewers, met a lovely new type of infected.
The Shamblers.
And when you make your way back out, find some refuge at an old theatre, Dina drops a pretty big news drop on you after Ellie being forced to do a similar news drop to Adina, even though she had tried to tell Dina this prior. Dina hadn't believed her, but because Ellie's mask broke when they were in an area filled with spores, Ellie was, had to prove that she was in fact immune to the cordyceps fungus.
Mm.
And then Dina says,
I'm pregnant. And it's
bum,
just like, oh
bum,
my
bum.
God, okay.
And then Ellie drops the absolute slander.
Oh yeah, I mean, she says rather understandably, why didn't you say anything? And then Dina says rather understandably that she wasn't sure and she didn't want to be a burden.
And then Ellie says,
just goes straight out of left field and says, well, you're one now.
Yeah, and
like,
Dina's poor face, she looks so upset by that. It is, Dina deserves better.
Yeah, like, damn, Ellie, chill the hell out. Yeah, then we get a flashback sequence to a... Oh, that is there, isn't it? I feel like it's there.
Yes,
it's either there or
Ellie moves through the theatre, finds a broken radio that she can't get to do anything, but finds some keys to the back room of the theatre. That is the biggest bullshit I've ever seen. And an old guitar that
that is the biggest bullshit I've ever seen as well.
Starts to play a bit of Future Days, the song that Joel sang to her at the very start of the game, but is unable to continue. And remembers her 15th birthday?
Yeah, probably something.
Well, it depends. It depends when her birthday is. It depends when her birthday.
The year.
It depends when her birthday is, because she's 19 in part 2. At the start of part, in the modern day bit of part 2, she is 19. So it might be her 16th birthday, actually, because it's 3 years ago. Well, basically, it's whether Ellie has turned 15 by the time.
That probably isn't a smart thing for me to do, but I went on the wiki.
Don't look on the wiki. Do not turn that off right now.
It's off.
So that was the most. Oh my God, Bradley, very silly boy.
The wiki says it's her 16th birthday, though.
That's what I reckon, because I reckon that she actually turns 15 in part 1.
That does make sense considering it takes place over the course of a year.
Yeah, well, yeah, like summer to spring, and her birthday, would, I don't think she's an early year. I think she's a like middle to late year, birthday.
Yeah.
So, well, given the weather in that birthday flashback, I don't think it's going to be winter time. So I think it's more likely to be, spring or summer, maybe autumn, maybe between summer and maybe between Henry and Sam's death and then reaching Tommy's dam. It's actually been her birthday and she's turned 15 by that point. I don't know.
Well, probably something like that. Anyway, she remembers.
Anyway, yeah, it's a really insignificant detail that we've hung on for far too. Well, I've hung on for far too long. Yeah. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, and the museum, and it's awesome and great and cool, and it's such a heartwarming experience with Joel and Ellie just having a nice time.
And then there's the amazing bit of blocking and framing so that when Ellie sees a Firefly logo and the text liars underneath.
And then Joel's hand covers the S.
Joel's whole fucking body covers the S. All you see is between them part of a Firefly logo and liar as soon as Joel enters the room.
But yeah, that's kind of the flashback, and she says, "Damn, it sucks that there wasn't a cure and all of that." And he's like, yeah, there wasn't. Yeah.
No, that was the first flashback. You're talking about the second flashback.
Oh, yeah, my bad. Sorry. So, what did she say there then? Because she looks at the Firefly logo and it says liars on it, and she's just like.
I don't think she actually. I think they just she doesn't say anything about the Fireflies in that section. She just sees the thing. Joel bursts in, hears the wildebeest or whatever the fucking thing is that knocked her over, and says, "What's that?" And Ellie's just like, "What? Just some animal." And Joel just says, "Oh, okay, come on, I want to get a fire started before it's dark." That's what that's all that happens at the end of the first flashback. And then it's day 2 where Ellie finds Dina throwing up into a bin.
Yeah.
As Dina says, pretty hot.
Yeah, and Dina says Dina's got intel. Has been on the radio. Just like, should go and check this place out.
Yes. Where there's reports of a lone male trespasser.
And they're like, "Oh, that's got to be Tommy."
It's got to be Tommy.
And I was like, "Oh, it's got to be Tommy." So you get down there, and well, that ain't Tommy. And like you said in that really nice scene of just how well these two know each other.
Ellie's like, "I know that stank. I've grown up alongside this man who has never been able to have deodorant because it's the fucking apocalypse."
Well, yeah,
I know that boy. I know that boy. Jesse!
Yeah.
The bestest boy.
Jesse is the bestest boy. He comes in and he's just, that bit where she's like, "Tell me you didn't tell me you didn't come alone," and he's like,
"Shit, was I not supposed to?"
And she's just like, "You are the stupidest person
I have ever fucking seen." And he's like, "That's not nice."
God, he really came alone. But then, more of an encounter trying to escape from the wolves, and after a bit of an arduous experience against those guys. They make it back to the theatre. And to which point I think we have another flashback?
Quite possibly.
So Jesse's back, but to wrap up after they get back to the hospital, Jesse's with Dina and Ellie in the theatre. Currently Ellie knows that Dina's pregnant, and
Jesse
Dina
doesn't.
knows that Ellie's immune. Jesse doesn't know either of these two things.
Jesse don't know shit.
Jesse doesn't know shit. Jesse came into the plot too late.
Poor Jesse's doing his best. He's gone all this way on his own, dealt with WLF attacking the fuck out of him for no reason, and what does his friends give him? Absolutely fuck all.
Shit, damn. God.
Oh my god.
I suppose
This controller respond to my button presses. Challenge impossible, apparently.
He's got enough on his plate to deal with without probably having to deal with the fact that he is the father of a child.
Oh my god. That is...
Dina's kid is probably his, right?
Yes. Oh my god, I got killed by a man. Not in the way you expected.
And the immunity thing is just gonna... Because, I mean, Dina didn't believe her until she took off the mask and didn't, cough from breathing in spores. So, that's just gonna make things
exciting.
catchy. Yeah. But we have a flashback to Ellie, and it's only 2 years ago now, and yeah, she's on a patrol with Uncle Tommy,
going on a good old hunt.
Yeah, learning how to snipe, and yeah, then they meet up with Joel, and Joel's like, "Oh, you haven't restringed your guitar," and then Ellie's like, "You need to restring guitars?" So they team up and go and head out to get some strings from the nearby music shop, and they try and take the direct route, and Joel accidentally lets on just how little he's noticed Ellie growing in height when he suggests a boost up for this tiny little van. Yeah, but they cut through this hotel, and there's nothing initially, and then there's some clickers and runners, and then there's a bloater.
And that fucking bloater almost rips Ellie's head off.
But then Joel comes in with a machete and just cuts the crap out of it in a really, wow, holy moly, Joel, I didn't know you could do that. You couldn't do that when I was playing it.
But it just goes to show how absolutely fucking terrified this man is of even the possibility of losing Ellie.
Yeah.
At how, desperately he fights that fucking thing.
Yeah.
He's not even, it's almost inaction.
Mm.
Like, he doesn't even comprehend what he's doing, he just destroys that fucking thing.
Yeah.
He probably would have died that day if he was any older. If one thing had gone wrong, that bloater would have ripped him apart.
That is probably true. Scary thought. But they, yeah, they get through the the hotel, and there's, and I think earlier on they brought up this these teenagers who left Jackson.
Mm.
And then we find out that those teenagers who left Jackson, well, their corpses are in the hospital, or in the hotel.
They didn't get very far.
They didn't get very far, and they got bit. And Ellie starts to question certain things, and by question certain things, I mean calls him out on his decision. And says, "Oh, damn, if only they were immune, right, Joel?"
He's like, damn right, Ellie.
Yeah. Which, you know, starts to feel like, you know, from having played as Ellie so much, and we mentioned it at the time, from having played as Ellie so much, you start to feel the perspective of, you're lying to me.
Mm.
Less, and less of the, you know, from when you're playing as Joel, you feel the perspective of the I have to lie to protect you kind of thing, and it feels a lot more justified as Joel than as Ellie. Which is an interesting feeling to know both angles to it.
Look at these water physics, man. Sorry to interrupt, but look at these fucking water physics.
Oh, wow.
It is super responsive.
That's pretty cool how it, you know, because it's so easy to just make a ripple and then, but this is rippling and then it's hitting the wall and then it's rippling back, just like how water, you know, ripples.
And you can, like, have them ripple against each other and stuff. You can create cross reactions. It is so cool. That
is surprisingly realistic water.
They should have won an award just for that water alone. Hey, what should I do here? Should I cure Ra's al Ghul or should I kill him?
Cure or kill?
Well, administer the cure or destroy the Lazarus machine that is basically keeping him alive, but he's, you know...
It sounds like you're killing him either way, honestly. But, well, the cure won't, like, he'll still die, won't he? He'll just die of not getting Lazarus or something.
Well, if you cure him, he'll come back. You know, it's like a pure form of the Lazarus pit. Which is...
it's that kind of cure. Oh, right.
But either way, there's gonna, like, if I do nothing, there's gonna be a war between the factions of the League of Shadows. If I cure him, he'll take up the demon's head again and, you know, be Ra's al Ghul. If I destroy the Lazarus machine, which is just barely keeping him alive, I'll finally have put Ra's al Ghul to rest.
I think he probably should go to rest, considering he's also already suffered the effects of prolonged exposure to Lazarus juice.
Okay, so destroy the Lazarus machine?
Yeah, destroy the Lazarus machine.
Alright, continue. Continue Last of Us thing.
Yes, so then Dina gets then Ellie and Dina go to the radio room and she's like, yo, you should go to this hospital. That's where who did she say it was?
Nora,
that's it, thanks.
one of the people who was there when Joel was killed.
Yeah. And she's like, you should go to the hospital. And he's like, and she's like, okay. And Dana's like, you're gonna take Jesse, right? And she's like, nope.
Can't wait for him. No, Jesse's on this road trip.
Which, I mean, It's so much harder by yourself without a companion. Like
How far were you? How far did you get in that next bit? I remember you getting jumped, so...
Jump. Oh, yeah, there was that... there was a workbench, right?
Mm.
And I'm just... And I was like, oh, okay. It's been a while since I upgraded my weapons. Put the workbench on. Here's some footsteps. And I actually start leaving the workbench thinking, God, did I manage to miss? Oh my God, is Raish getting up?
He's gonna try. La da 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 da. It's Nissa, Talia's sister, and Raish's other daughter.
Hmm.
Who you know very well.
Yes, because she's very prominent in the CW verse.
Unfortunately, it doesn't seem she's met Sarah Lance in this version. Or she might be a little bit more chill.
Yeah. Yeah, and I hear the footsteps, and I actually start leaving the menu. Or I try to start leaving the menu. Like, damn, was there a runner or was there an infected somewhere that I managed to not notice? And before I can exit the menu, like you say, I got jumped by some wolves. And it was funny because there was that locked door that I wanted to go into, and I looked at it. I was like, oh, it's locked, and I had a scan around where the walls would have been, trying to see if there was like a sneak through this bit, crawl through that bit kind of thing. Just a cursory glance, because I wanted to go and upgrade the weapons. I thought, and then I was like, oh, I'll do that after I upgrade my bow, and then yeah, that's where they burst in from.
Oh yes.
One short fight later, and yeah, then I actually got to upgrade my guns. Although this time I was surrounded by a small pile of corpses.
You gotta love it. You gotta love your adoring fans watching you improve your weapons ready for mass murder. Was that when you got the new bow?
Yeah, the bow, the viewfinder for the bow. So
yes, which you then ignored the tutorial for.
Yeah, because I thought I decided I'll just aim and almost fire so I can see what it looks like now. And then when I was finished with that, basically right away the text box goes away, and I'm like, oh shit. Maybe I should have read that.
Maybe. Oh well.
But yeah, it's going to be very important for when I'm doing stealth. That's the thing with the dogs, how it really changes the stealth game, because not just do you have to think about your trail, but if you actually want to take them out, you can't just shoot the dog, because they always, or at least from my experience, almost always have a master with them.
Yeah.
And you can't just shoot the dog, because then the guy's going to freak out and be like, oh my god, my dog was just shot. That was probably someone. So I'm always like, okay, so I gotta shoot the guy first, and then quickly get the dog before it starts barking too loud. But yeah, damn. That hint you gave about the mines, super useful, very smart, really like that as a concept.
Yeah, I mean, so most people aren't gonna like that, but for me, I am not a dog person, and I definitely don't like big dogs or aggressive dogs. So,
Yeah, I
you know,
just realised how bloodthirsty that made me sound when I was like, oh,
no,
that
this
was
isn't a
I
Bradley
really
thing
like
because
that.
it didn't even occur to Bradley. I had to be like, "Hey,
Hey, if you put a
Bradley,
mine down, then when the
you
dog's
can kill
attacking
both
you,
the
I
owner
was like,
and
oh, will.
the."
But yeah, that's really useful for those.
Murder.
Murder. Yeah, I'm not quite good enough at stealth to get through all of the set pieces without killing
Ah, you learn.
people, so murder it is. And yeah, I saw the hospital in the distance, and that's where I called it.
Yes. Oh yeah, you saw the distance of the hospital. You're like, ah! I just started, yeah. No, that is basically how I felt that first time. I was like, it's how far away? How many infected am I going to have to deal with between here and there?
How many scores of wolves are going to attack me?
Yeah, but you'll never guess, Bradley. You'll never guess.
What? What?
You know how in the first game you look at the
Hmm.
you get onto those buildings and you see the golden domed building of the capital that you're heading towards, and it looks like it's really
Yeah.
far away, and it's like, oh Jesus, how many more infected and soldiers am I gonna have to deal with?
Hmm.
And then suddenly there's a time
Jump
skip
cut?
and a jump cut and a cutscene, and suddenly you're
Yeah.
much closer to it.
Hmm.
Can you
Oh
guess what?
wow, the same thing's gonna happen here, and it's all gonna be fine.
No, but
Ah!
and that's all I'm gonna say on the subject. No, but
I'm interested to see if we're gonna, one, if Nora's actually gonna be there, and two, if we're ever gonna bump into Tommy.
all good questions. Only time will
Only
tell.
time will tell. Yeah.
Um, and that's how you wrapped up The Last of Us. So
Mm-hmm.
I have a question for you now, Bradley.
Mm-hmm.
I've got one mission left to finish the main story of this game.
Yes.
But the moment I go into it, it will be a blocked scene, which means
Okay.
no visual, no audio from the game on the
Or
stream,
me.
and you will not be included either.
Mm.
What do you want to do about this?
Does it include like the credits as well?
No, because the credits don't. Oh wait, when do the credits roll? Oh, the credits don't roll actually for at that bit. No.
I mean, given the circumstances, it might as well be done off camera.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, unless we do some fancy schmancy thing.
Unless I fucking just talk you through all of it, but then none of your like
Commentary or
nothing you say, none of your reactions will be recorded.
Yeah.
This is gonna be like fucking Palpatine returned.
What?
Oh, it's basically gonna be between movies, Palpatine returned, while in this it will be between streams, Scarecrow died.
Okay.
Well, he doesn't die, but you know,
Well,
Scarecrow got defeated because obviously it's a Batman game where Scarecrow is the remaining villain after the Arkham Knight left, exited stage left, pursued by morals. So now it's just Scarecrow. Oh, you know, after killing all those scientists in Stag Enterprises and all the shit he's done, you know, he's one of Batman's kids. You know, Bruce will forgive him for anything.
Yeah.
kind
It's
of.
all good.
All good.
Right, so
But I
does that mean
mean,
we're gonna?
or we could start, or I don't really know what the best thing to do is unless we recorded your audio separately, and then
And I'd also have to watch the cutscene alongside you playing it or something, presumably, because I mean I wouldn't see it either, would I? Because I'm watching the stream and it's blocked.
well, you could just watch someone else play it. I'm sure it's somehow on YouTube somewhere. It's probably not
Yeah.
blocked for people who play it on Xbox or PC.
That's
So,
true.
I mean, you could just watch someone else play it and record your commentary of them next time while I talk to you. And then we could always just combine it in post in something else in
Yeah.
another format. I don't know. It's something to think about for next time, I guess. But do you think wrap it up here?
Yeah.
Or do you wanna give us a quick rundown of Arrowverse shit? Or
Um. Ooh,
Oliver shot some people, Flash
Oliver
ran
shot some
very
people.
fast.
Met Savitar. Savitar definitely isn't Barry from the future. Oliver shot some
Barry got
people.
told run, Barry, run.
Run, Barry, run.
Tell me your Savitar theory then. How many episodes into Flash are you?
7 or 8.
Okay, tell me why you think.
He said, I am the future Flash, and I thought, are you saying I am the future Flash, or are you saying I am the future Flash?
You see, that's an interesting owl.
So yeah, probably definitely not. Is a bit. Might be a bit of a weird take there. But yeah, probably definitely not future Barry. So there's that. Legends of Tomorrow, you're kind of watching it, so I don't want to spoil you on what's going on there.
Yeah, fair enough.
Supergirl is Supergirling. McGann is still a white Martian. McGann gave Jean a blood transfusion, and now he's turning into a white Martian. So we're white Martians all around here, which is certainly something. But oh, and Mon-El is here and getting kidnapped by Cadmus, which is run by Lena Luthor's mum.
Cool.
Yeah. And then Cyborg Superman showed up, who is Hank Henshaw, who is the guy that John Jones is impersonating, but he's a bit of a jerk. And he's also been upgraded from Cadmus into Cyborg Superman, and he went into Superman's Fortress of Solitude and...
Does he look like Superman, or does he look like John Johns?
He looks like Jean.
Okay, that's weird. I mean, it makes more sense for Supergirl, but it's weird that... I mean, it's always weird that, like, this random guy, once cyborged, happens to look like, you know, Clark Kent. For no explained reason. It's just like, oh, you know, three quarters of his face is cyborg, but, you know, that one quarter, we're going to completely change his face to look like Clark Kent, who we don't know is Superman. Sure.
So he's... So he sprinkled a little Kara blood on the Fortress of Solitude, and it was like, oh, hey Kara, what's up? And he was like, tell me about Medusa.
That seems like a very simple workaround.
Yeah.
For Kryptonian technology there. A bit of blood. I know who you are. Not even a good old thumbprint and email code. You know?
Eyeball scanner, password, PIN number.
You know,
mother's maiden name.
Password and email, man. You gotta do that double verification on the Fortress of fucking Solitude. If you want it to remain solitary, it should probably have... Oh, it's that one. I'm gonna leave that for later.
And the
No, it's not.
funnily enough, the next episodes I've got to watch are in sequence: Medusa, and then Invasion, and then Invasion, and then Invasion.
The event,
so I think,
known as Invasion.
I think it's crossover time, baby.
I think you might be right.
I do like the crossovers; they're always fun. But yeah, that's about that as regards. That's the quick version of what's happened in Arrowverse.
Good.
Next week,
good.
I will just be like, whoa, the crossover! It was awesome.
Or you will say, what the fuck was that?
Right. Shall we call it there then?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, dookie.
Hoping these... Why is a tree better than Wayne Tech?
Oof.
Poison Ivy's still fucking me over from the grave, man. Oh my god! Well, I guess it's you then. Well, shit, I guess.
Oh, shit.
I'd really like to destroy this, please. Thank you. Oh, is Bradley gone?
I haven't gone.
Oh, right, cool. No, so wait, did you watch an episode of Arrow?
Yeah, let me think really hard about what actually happened on that one. I think it was the case that... Oh yeah, there was a guy in ski goggles called Vigilante, and he was a vigilante. But he was like shooting people.
And
not shooting people with like...
arrows, like a good vigilante.
Yeah, or not with diggle bullets, like a good vigilante, but with actual real bullets and making people dead with them.
You
like
know, still different to Oliver back in the day, or even more recently.
Yeah.
Which makes this guy a baddie, no good.
Not good, very bad. Evil, villainous man. And we need to stop him. And
because we are good vigilante.
Good vigilantes, bro. And Evelyn's like, oh, a killer. Just like you.
Okay, question. Who the fuck is Evelyn?
Evelyn? Artemis. This show's version of Artemis.
Oh.
Yeah, and she was like, "Oh, you're a killer, Oliver," and I was like, oh, "Give it a rest." And then come the end of the episode, turns out she's working for Prometheus, an actual literal serial killer, and I was like, "Ah!"
Yeah, you know when I said they did Artemis, like adaptation, I guess, of Artemis, even though she isn't that Artemis, they did her fucking dirty.
Yeah, I was just like, wow.
How do you fuck up that bad? I can't
trust you. I can't trust you. You killed people, Oliver. Literally conspires with a serial killer. I mean, come on. So yeah, I'm not exactly enamored with this particular character.
Is anyone?
I would be surprised if anyone was, in
But that's
fact.
why I was going into this saying season 5 is great, except
Except for, yeah.
that one. But
I liked how.
they dared take a great character that a great part of the Arrowverse family introduced in Young Justice, and they fucking destroyed her superhero name. Thankfully, not her character though, because Artemis in Young Justice doesn't have a secret identity name, or she doesn't have a code name, whichever you decide is more important.
Yeah, but I liked how they ended the last episode of Arrow on this cliffhanger, like, oh my god, could it be that Quentin is Prometheus? And then they used this episode to utterly have him dismantle the idea in any way, shape, or form. Like,
How
'cause
on
he was
earth
like,
could Quentin be Prometheus?
well, I mean, they made this big show of how he got the same cut on his arm as Prometheus did earlier, and there was one of Prometheus's throwing stars on his desk, and he looks at it all scared, and then the next episode comes around, and Thea's like, oh, "So you've been blacking out?" And he's like, "Yeah, but I don't turn into a master assassin when I black out. The guy must be targeting me." And I was like, "Oh yeah, that makes a lot of sense." My current theory is that it's Adrian Chase because he said no, he's got a bit of a dark side to him, and he was interrogating this person, and he said he'd been in hell, and he's seen what it's like, or words to that effect. And I thought, my name is Oliver Queen. After 5 years in hell, and it's like, well, he's kind of a dark mirror to Oliver with his outfit, and yeah, I think he's probably definitely, if he is Prometheus, then he's doing it because one of his parents was a member of the list, and he wants revenge on Oliver for killing his parent or relative. And yeah, that's well, I think that's the case either way for Prometheus, but yeah, I kind of think that Adrian might be Prometheus at the moment.
Could he be Vigilante?
But Vigilante's Vigilante.
No, I mean, could Chase be Vigilante?
Could Chase be Vigilante?
Not could Prometheus be Vigilante?
That's true as well, I suppose. Ah, well, I'll have to see how it plays out.
So,
Uh,
how come you know is Chase's dad's name on the list? Is this something that
it's
Oliver
not.
said?
It's not any of that. It's more just like a suspicion that it might come
Oh,
to like the oh
it's a
his
theory.
name's Adrian Chase, but actually
His real
real
name.
name is Adrian Morgan or something. Oh my god, one of the guys I killed was Jack Morgan or something. Yeah, just could be one of those things. But
Could be.
I mean, the Prometheus's killings, as they've already said, everyone he's killing is an anagram of someone from the list. So
Uh,
it's definitely connected to the
well, that's a
list in
bit
some way.
fucking convenient, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like all these other people in Star City whose names are anagrams of people on the list. That's a little bit convenient, guys.
Mm.
Did
It is a little bit.
So wait, what's the Diggle prison situation? Because last time we spoke,
Oh, he got
he'd
broken
gone
out.
down for a crime he didn't commit because he was feeling guilty about killing his asshole of a brother.
Mm. Well, uh, Oliver broke him out and said, "Stop being, stop locking yourself in prison and start attacking bad guys." And he was like, "That is a genius thing to do, Oliver. Thanks, man. Why didn't I think of that?" So yeah, he's back on the field being Spartan. Not that I have a problem with that, because the Arrow team doesn't feel complete without Spartan.
Yeah. Even
Without
though
John Taylor.
that name is a bit weird to me. I don't know why. I just don't.
It
I
is a
don't.
bit.
It's a, he seems to have the only like off-theme out costume, and it just seems really odd. Also, his face is illuminated really oddly and obviously, so I feel like people would be like, "That's fucking John Diggle. That's fucking
Mm.
Obi-Wan Kenobi."
Obi-Wan Kenobi. But yeah, yeah. So he's out of prison. He's chilling out in the Arrow Cave, or in the old Hive hideout that they remodeled somewhat.
Hmm. The
He had
Hive
a
Cave.
he was a bit upset for that episode because he missed the second birthday of his only son,
Well,
John
it's their
Diggle
own
Jr.
stupid fucking fault. If he chose to be in prison for the kid's birthday for a crime he didn't commit, it's his own fucking fault, isn't it?
I know, right? But yeah, that's about the long and the short of that. I think there's one other thing regarding that episode, and I can't quite recall. Oh yeah, the flashback sequence. The flashback sequence. So yeah, Oliver's in the Bratva, and he
Hmm.
talks to this casino guy, and this casino guy bonked him on the head with a stick, and then he got tortured for a week, and
Sweet.
then
Nice
uh,
casino guys.
then and then it turns out that the casino guy was connected to Kovar, the guy he wants to murder. And Kovar's like, "Wow, they tortured you for a week and they didn't tell you and you didn't tell them anything. Now I'm going to talk to you over this meal, and you know,
Become best
maybe you'll
friends.
become best friends, and maybe you'll tell me something." And he's like, "No." And also, this Kovar guy happens to be the actor who played that Russian boxer in Rocky 4, I think it was. So there's that.
That's cool.
Dude's still got it because he boxes the crap out of Oliver at the end of the flashback sequence after Oliver points a knife at his neck. Yeah. Of course, I'm not too worried for flashback Oliver because,
Oh yeah, because Monday Oliver.
yeah, yeah, there's that, isn't there?
I
It's
don't
funny though how
really.
crap his flashback time is, that you can just say a phrase like, "And then he got tortured for a week," and you just go like, "Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
of
yeah, that's
course,
par for the course.
yeah, yeah, flashback.
That's a,
Oh,
that's a
okay,
good day for
fair
the 5 year gap.
enough."
God damn, if Comics Oliver saw that, he'd be so happy. Like
What?
Comics Oliver was just on an island on his own for 5 years.
Oh, oh yeah. He didn't get to see other people, although he didn't get tortured by other people. So yeah, next time there will be a crossover. And the crossover will be awesome and definitely not strange and bizarre and weird.
There's nothing wrong with a strange and bizarre and weird crossover. Again, it's kind of par for the course.
Hmm, not wrong there.
At 8, shall we actually call it there?
Yes, let's actually call it there.
Woo! We managed to stretch that out for an extra half an hour by accident. Cool.
Whoopsie.
Skills. Alright. There goes the stream in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.